and I'm going to quickly marinate some tuna steaks. There's all kind of ways to cook tuna steaks, and you got to make sure you don't cook them too long or they'll dry out. But I think the key is to marinate them. And so I'm going to do this marinade. I'm going to show you this marinade that I have learned from my new cookbook, Cook Right for Your Type. And the reason I'm doing tuna is because the tuna steaks are neutral for me and Dr. Woodard. He is blood type A, I'm blood type O. It's neutral for us, which means it's not necessarily beneficial, but it's not going to hurt us either. So we love tuna steaks. We love tuna fish, but we love tuna steaks too. And so when I read the ingredients for this marinade, and I have to marinate it for 2 hours, which is why I'm just going to show you the marinade. Then I'm going to move on and I'll come back later and show you the results after I cook the tuna steaks. And I'm going to cook it along with some of this brown basmati rice, which they suggested. And I just bought a big old bag of it yesterday. And I was thrilled because I had all of the ingredients that they're asking for. So 1 pound of tuna steak. I got about 1 pound. I think I got 12 ounces, 3 small pieces. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, got that. Juice of 1 lemon, got that. 3-inch piece of lemon peel, got that. 4 cloves of garlic, crushed and peeled, got that. 2 tablespoons fresh cilantro, got it. 1-inch piece fresh ginger, always got ginger. And grated, and I have my little grater right here. And 1 to 2 tablespoons of delicious tamari sauce. And then it also says water, but water is going to be added when I begin to cook it. So my first thing to do is to do the marinade. Okay, so I'm going to keep this book kind of close by so I can remember the measurements. I know they said tablespoons, and I got some tablespoons around here somewhere. Let me look. I think my tablespoon is still in the dishwasher. Ta-da! Okay, so here's my orange tablespoon. I have color-coded tablespoons. All right, so I've got my nice little white ceramic bowl, which they said, get your ceramic bowl. And I've got these beautiful pieces of tuna steak. And I'm going to cut it open. Actually, you know, they have a... Okay, so there are 3 of them. They're individually wrapped. It's 12 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and do all 3. And, you know, we can eat one now, eat one later. Just not sure what later is. But I'm going to cut the... and these were frozen. I bought them from Aldi. And they were frozen. And I set them in the refrigerator and let them thaw overnight in the refrigerator. So there's another piece. These are beautiful cuts of tuna. Wild caught tuna. I'm going to take these, move all this out of the way. My scissors and this paper. Just going to wipe up the juices. Okay, so I've got these beautiful pieces of tuna. I'm going to show them to you. Give an up close of them. Aren't they beautiful? So this is wild caught tuna. Tuna steaks. So it's not the tuna you get in a can. This is different tuna. So you see that? Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a marinade to put on top of these pieces of tuna, and they have to marinate for 2 hours, and I'll have to come back and show you what happens when I sear them. I'm also going to cook this brown basmati rice is supposed to go with them, and I'm going to cook something else to go with our meal. But brown basmati rice, it takes about 40 minutes to cook, and it's because it's not processed, and it's brown rice. It's not processed. And basmati rice, by the way, if you want to do white rice, has a lower glycemic level, so it doesn't have a lot of the starch in it. So white basmati rice is great, but brown basmati rice is great too. Great for making your fried rice dishes, or I like to make a basmati brown rice and ground lamb mixture, and you could throw you some black beans in there. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that as well. But let's get down to this. I'm going to get all my utensils out here. To this marinade. Okay? So, the recipe book calls for, where's my glasses? So I'll make sure I got it right. Okay, the recipe book calls for 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I have here, my favorite olive oil is Pompeian. And this is their extra virgin olive oil, organic. And it's the robust, so it's for salads and marinades. So it's perfect for what I needed today. So I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. It said 2 to 3. I'm just going to go ahead and do 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 tablespoons of this robust Pompeian extra virgin olive oil. And then juice of 1 lemon. We've got a lemon here. And I'm going to roll it just a little bit to soften it up so we can get all the juice out of it. I got my little rolling island here. If I roll too hard, I'll roll this island right away. But I love my little island. My daughter Jasmine bought it for me because I have a small space in the kitchen and I don't have an island. And when we were raising the kids, we had islands. We had huge kitchens with islands, and we spent most of our time in the kitchen. I know I did, just trying to feed all of them. But when I moved to this luxury apartment, my kitchen space got smaller and I didn't have an island. And when I wanted to do my lives, I relegated to countertops. And my daughter said, I got you something, Mommy. She said, you can have a rolling island. You just bring it in when you need it. Okay, so lemon juice. It says juice of 1 lemon. So I'm going to squeeze this half of the lemon. My lemon squeezer. Okay, that's 1/2. And then I'm going to do the other half. I don't know about y'all, but I cut my lemons, when I cut them in half, I don't put them in right side up. I put them upside down in there. I don't know if that's right, but I think you get more juice that way. And I'm going to squeeze this. And then the juice is not popping up and the seeds don't pop out. I do it upside down. And as you all know, I'm going to save these. I always keep my lemon peels and I put them in the food processor with some spring water, puree it, and pour it into my ice cube dishes and make what are called lemon shots. And my husband and I throw those in our smoothies when we make them so we can get the entire lemon. Whether you know it or not, the lemon juice is good for you, but the seeds and the peel are even 10 times better for you. So we find a way to get those, to ingest those and get them in our system, and that's how we do that. So I'm going to set those over there. All right, the next thing we need are, it says a 3-inch piece of lemon peel. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that lemon peel, but it says a 3-inch piece. So I've got that because I just juiced the lemon. All right, then 4 cloves of garlic. And I've been soaking my cloves over here in water because it just makes it easier to peel them. And I'm going to cut off that real hard piece. Once you cut that real hard tip off, then when you soak them in water, look how that peel just comes off so easy. Look at that. Okay, so I've got 4 of these. I'll tell you what, that one little hard piece on in, it got some muscle. Okay, there's my second piece. I don't know what they call the little hard piece on the end. It's part of the stem, I guess. Not sure. what they call it. I just know it's hard. Okay, so I've got my 4 pieces, and we're going to crush it, like they said. So I'm going to put it in my Pampered Chef Retro Garlic Crusher. 1 toe at a time. Put that in there. And the last one. All right, and then make sure I get all of it. Cut what's off. Cut off what's on the bottom. And scrape out any remnants of fresh garlic from the inside. Okay, so that's that. So I got my garlic, I've got my lemon juice, and I've got my olive oil. The other thing I need is 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro chopped. I've got my cilantro right here, and I'm just going to chop it up. I believe this is about 2 tablespoons once I chop it up. So, and I'm going to use stem and all. It's a marinade. It's not like, I mean, well, when I put it in my salad, you know, I'm feeling some type of way. I'll chop up the stem and put it in there too. Stem is not bad. It has just much as flavor. But it just, the texture, you may not like the texture of it in a salad, but I throw it in there and toss it. When I'm making salads for my customers, though, I don't give them the stem. I give them the foliage, only the foliage. Okay, so that looks like about 2 tablespoons or maybe a little bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. All right, and then the next ingredient is 1-inch piece of fresh ginger grated. I've got my fresh ginger right here, nice big piece, but it said 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the edge here, and I'm going to cut back some of the skin just a little bit, and I'm going to grate it down 1 inch. I'm going to grate it down 1 inch. Because this is a big piece of garlic. And I think I have grated about 1 inch down that I can use. So I've got my little glass plate and my grater here. I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to grate it down about 1 inch. Am I down 1 inch yet? I think I'm down 1 inch. That's about 1 inch. And great, and something, don't tell you it's about ginger. Ginger don't play. It's very robust. So that's 1 inch of grated ginger. I'm going to put the juice and everything in there. Okay. So we're going to set that right there. And then the final ingredient is 1 to 2 tablespoons of tamari. I love this Sanjay tamari sauce. This is the one I typically get. It's brewed soy sauce, but they call it tamari. And it's gluten-free, for those of you who need that. And so 2 tablespoons is what they've asked me to put in here. So that's 1. And that is 2. Now, it's time to stir this baby up. We're going to stir it up. That's not what I want to stir with. I'll use this. Okay, so you can get a close-up of all the freshness that's in this bowl. And I'm going to stir it up like that. I wish y'all could, I wish we had smell-o-vision. Because just the smell is amazing. And so that those tuna steaks are going to sit in this marinade. I can take these off now. My Jersey Janes. Going to sit in this marinade for 2 hours. Can you imagine what that tuna steak is going to be like after 2 hours sitting in this marinade? Okay, so look at that. Now all these are fresh ingredients. So you know, Beverly, I'm just going to do the pinky. Now the marinade tastes amazing. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is take these tuna steaks and I'm gonna pour this marinade all over them. Make sure they're all sitting down in the marinade. I'm gonna flip them once or twice, but halfway through, so like the first hour they're marinating, I come in and I turn them for the second hour. So that's what the directions say to do. But this looks absolutely amazing. And there are the tuna steaks being marinated there in the marinade. And it smells amazing, and I can only imagine what it's going to taste like. So, I have marinated my tuna steaks. They have to marinate for 2 hours. I'm going to make me some brown basmati rice. And I may do something like a stir fry. Maybe some chopped up bok choy with some onion and a few carrots, and toss that together and stir fry that and have that on the side. So until I come back later and show you the creation that I will have made for me and my husband, I will see you later. And you have a great rest of your late afternoon, and I will see you this evening. Bye-bye.